Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Gia Washington Rito, licensed psychologist and executive wellness coach. It's Wednesday, so I'm coming back to talk about wellness, work, and weddings. This is the second iteration of this Wellness, Work, Weddings Wednesday series. So today I wanted to bring up the idea of being strategic and how important it is to be strategic in the sense of accomplishing your wellness goals, being productive at work, and also when planning a wedding. So I have two examples of how thinking about strategy and being strategic came up for me today. So tomorrow I'm going to be a speaker to a small group of physicians that are in training. So these are fellows at my institution who are having some trouble adjusting to the system. So there's a lot of demands, as you can imagine, as a physician in training, for them to have to deal with. A lot of things that can be easily overwhelming, a lot of things that can cause burnout and imposter syndrome and difficulty managing time, all those kinds of things. And since I'm a licensed psychologist, but also an industrial organizational practitioner at my place of work, I've been invited to come and consult with a group of physicians to see if I could assist them in moving forward. Now, what I was asked to do was basically to come and process or work with the group to help them process a lot of their thoughts and feelings. But I know that that can go a lot of different ways, right? I don't want to walk into the room unprepared, but also just feel as though I'm being kind of thrown hither and yon based upon the questions or concerns that might be expressed. So what I'm deciding to do is to establish a framework early on, a framework of almost presenting a solution, so to speak, at the beginning of the hour in terms of promoting different aspects of wellness. And then we'll get into some of their thoughts, questions, and concerns and see if we can bring those back to the solutions of wellness. So I'll come back maybe tomorrow to let you know how those things went, or even next week to let you know how that discussion went. But it's important, I just wanted to point out that I am choosing to strategize in the beginning before I even get into the room in a way that I think will be really successful and helpful for them, but also in a way that will help me maintain my competence and my confidence in delivering this information. So that's going to be my strategy. Start with the solution first and then get into a bit more of the questions or the problems that need to be solved. I also wanted to bring up another conversation that I had with a colleague today who's planning her wedding. We talked about ways to be strategic in wedding planning. So one of the conversations that we had today was on her, again, feeling somewhat overwhelmed because her future mother-in-law has reached out about some aspects and details of the wedding that they're not quite to yet. These are some things that are going to happen the day of, and this is still relatively early in the wedding planning, and they're not ready to really discuss those things. So as we were talking about them, I had an idea and offered her some advice on being strategic in the sense of these things being quite important for her mother-in-law for whatever reason at this point. So I suggested that she let her mother-in-law own it, especially because these were things that were not of high importance to the bride, high importance to her, and something that she wanted to share and sort of offload to someone else anyway. And her mother-in-law was really invested in taking the lead. What I also noticed about what she was sharing with me was that her mother-in-law was really invested in the wedding, having a particular tone, being presented in a particular way. She's really quite invested in this event, presenting in a particular way. And I thought it could be strategic on the bride's part in order to give the mother-in-law the responsibility to handle some aspects of it that would also promote the mother-in-law's visibility and also reaffirm her being in control of a few aspects and being visible for that. Because I do think sometimes when people push a boundary with you, especially around a wedding, they want to be involved. It's usually with the best of intentions. They want to be involved. And it's easy, I think, sometimes for you to think about giving them some tasks in order for them to take control, take the lead on those things, and to be quite visible. And that sort of attends to their need to perhaps be seen, their need to feel as though they are contributing to you and the event, and their need to partner with you and to be helpful because that really is the intention. I told her of a conversation that I had with someone who was close to me while I was planning my wedding, who would often contact me and ask a lot of questions about a lot of different things. And I felt very overwhelmed at the beginning. But I found myself one day talking to my friend who wanted to be very involved. And I told her that I would be relying upon a lot of different people to make the event a success. And that I was going to really attend to each person's strengths, and that she did not need to worry. I was going to give her a task where she would be involved and she would feel close to me, but that was going to reflect her strengths, and that she did not have to be worried about participating in a lot of different things that day. I only needed her to do one thing and to do that quite well. And then the day of the event, she did a tremendous job, a wonderful job of taking the lead on some day of events that I needed, and that really kind of helped me not have to be so worried about them. So in that sense, being strategic, again, I think can be incredibly helpful if you plan and prepare, and also delegate tasks to those people who want to be involved. And the sooner that you can do that, probably the better off you'll be. So just wanted to share those ideas with you all about being strategic, and how these ways or different ways can be things that can promote your own wellness and help you manage work-related stress or wedding planning stress. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.